The last few weeks of our class and before Field Experience Week, we have been talking about the EdTPA tasks 1, 2, and 3. And I have personally taken a lot of information away from this. Some of it I already knew, some of it is new, and some of it is stuff that I knew, but I didn't know as much detail about it as I do now. And it has made me feel a lot more confident in understanding EdTPA a little better. In task 1, we spent a lot of time talking about the planning and preparing and what is expected as you plan and prepare for your lessons, such as your academic language and making sure that you're beginning with a standard and everything aligns with your standard, and making sure that your lesson contains all the components that it is asking for. As this is a 3-day lesson, it's going to build on, each day is going to build off of the other one. And these are the lessons you're preparing as you plan to video yourself and submit to EdTPA. And so these are something that you want to make sure has exactly what they're looking for. And task 1 was all about the planning. In task 2, this was talking about the videoing portion of your EdTPA. This is very important because this is where you're actually going to film yourself and choose what displays you and your performance in the classroom. You cannot splice the videos together. It has to be one continuous clip, and you have to have 20 minutes of video, and you can choose where that comes from. But you need to prepare for this as well, because you have to find out where you're going to put the camera. You make sure that your students all have their forms signed, and those students who are not signed are either in another room, maybe doing another task at that point in time, or angle your camera in a way that they are not in the video. If you get something on film that is not able to be heard, you have to make sure that you type it out and you put that into your lessons and things that you submit to EdTPA, and make sure that it's clear that they know what's being said in the video and they can hear you and the students as you're interacting with each other. And preferably they want you to look at, to be teaching the students. They want to see that, you facilitating and doing what you're supposed to be doing. They want to see interaction between students and working with their peers. And these are all things to keep in mind. As we come to task 3, this is your assessments. And coming back to task 1, you need to make sure that those assessments in task 3 align with the standard. And that's a big thing that a lot of people have trouble with. And so I know now that that's something I really want to focus on when I get to EdTPA. Assessments also require a lot of planning. You're going to have a focus students. You're going to have things that you have to make sure are, what their specific criteria that they're asking for. And in task 3 with those assessments, that is very important to make sure that everything's ready to go, because that is your final, everything is finalized after that. With all this information, I feel more confident and ready to take on EdTPA in the fall, and I hope to use this information when it comes time to do so.